3 days without food, not one single meal. When that bowl touched the floor, his tiny tail began to wag, slowly at first, then faster. His eyes said everything. This little boy finally believed. Someone cared. He waited in the cold rain all night long, shivering, alone, watching every single car drive past. The people he loved with everything he had, never once looked back. But we did. We came back. 6 hours he sat at the end of that empty road, watching, waiting, hoping someone would turn around. Dogs never give up hoping. They never stop loving. And that right there is exactly what breaks your heart. Watch his eyes. Every hand had hurt him before. He flinched so hard when she reached toward him, but she stayed still, patient, waiting, never forcing, and slowly, slowly. Max chose to trust again. Every single night he cried alone in that dark corner. Not loud, never loud, just soft tiny little whimpers, like he was trying so hard not to bother anyone. Even in his deepest pain, Max thought of others first. Under a cold, dark bridge is where they finally found him, alone, matted, terrified, body pressed against the wall. Hundreds of people walked right above him every single day. Not one stopped, not one looked, until she did. The moment that warm blanket wrapped around his body, he froze completely. He had never felt warmth like that. Then slowly, his whole tiny body just melted into her arms, like he had been holding his breath for months. Warm water for the very first time in his little life. Soap suds on his floppy ears, completely confused. But he looked up at her with those enormous eyes, and he trusted her completely. That trust meant the world. She sat on that cold shelter floor every single day, 11 days in a row, waiting, never forcing, never rushing. And then on day 12, Max took one small step toward her. Then another, then another. That walk changed everything. His very first night in the shelter was total chaos. Every dog around him barking, crying, and howling loudly. But Max sat completely still and stared into the darkness. Not one bark, not one cry. Quietly the bravest dog there. She was just sitting quietly beside him on the floor. No reason, no training, no command given at all. Max slowly lifted his tiny paw and placed it in her hand. That one moment said everything words never could. His legs were shaking so badly he could not stand up, starving, weak, body completely giving up on him. But watch him. He falls and immediately tries again, every single time. That determination is who Max truly is. A torn, wet cardboard box on a cold, dark, empty street. That was his home. That was all he had in this world. He curled himself as small as possible to fit inside. He did not know he deserved so much more. We did. Look at those eyes. Really look at them carefully. No anger anywhere inside them. No blame, no bitterness. Just pure, wide-open hope looking straight at the world. After everything done to him, he still chose love. He had never once seen a toy in his entire little life. He sniffed it so carefully like it might be dangerous. Then his paw touched it, and it squeaked so loudly. He jumped back in shock. Then slowly, he smiled. They stopped for gas. They opened the door and let him out. Then they drove away without even looking back once. Max sat beside that pump for 5 full hours, watching every car, hoping. We were the ones who stopped. He was shaking so hard the examination table rattled. Never been to a vet, never felt hands trying to help him, terrified of everything happening around him. But he stayed still and let her help. So incredibly brave. No collar, no tag, no chip, nobody searching anywhere. In this entire world, not one single person was looking for him. So we sat down beside him and we gave him a name, Max. And from that moment on, we never let him go. Every night for 7 nights he cried alone in the dark. Never loud, always soft. Tiny, quiet, heartbroken whimpers. We think he was missing someone he once loved deeply. We will never know who. We just held him through it all. She rubbed his soft, floppy ears so gently and so slowly. And for the very first time in his entire little life, Max closed his eyes completely. Not from fear, not to hide, but because he finally felt completely and totally safe. Every single person who walked past that window, his tail would wag with hope. Every single one. 32 days inside that shelter. Tail never giving up. Still hoping, still waiting, still the same sweet Max. Voiceover, 10 seconds. Cold concrete floor every single night. Week after week. No blanket, no pillow, no warmth of any kind anywhere. Just hard grey floor and total darkness all around him, until the night someone finally walked. He had never once walked on grass in his entire life. He lifted his paw and stared at it like it was magic. Put it down, pulled it back. Put it down again slowly, one paw at a time, pure wonder, pure joy, pure Max. As they carried him through those shelter doors finally, he turned and looked back one single last time, saying goodbye to every hard night and every cold floor. Then he faced forward and never looked back again. The moment those adoption papers were finally signed, it was like Max already knew exactly what had happened. His tail became a complete blur. His whole body wiggled. After all that waiting, his heart finally found its home. She called it so softly from across the quiet room. Max. His ears lifted first, then his head slowly turned toward her. Then his eyes found her face completely and held it. He had never had a name before. Belly completely up. All four paws relaxed in the air. Soft little sighs escaping with every single slow breath. This was the very first night Max slept without trembling, without whimpering, without fear. He finally felt safe. She sat down on the floor and he climbed right into her lap, and he licked her face for 2 full, complete minutes straight. She laughed, she cried, she held him as tight as she could. That was his thank you, the best thank you in the world. Someone dropped something in the next room. Just a small noise. Max dropped completely flat to the floor, instantly shaking. Someone had used their loud voice like a weapon on him. Now we only ever whisper around Max. Every single day. He was exhausted. He was weak. His body was giving up completely. His eyes were so heavy we thought he might close them forever. But that tiny little golden tail kept slowly wagging. Just a little. Just enough. That small wag. Day 1. No call. Day 3. Silence. Day 7. Nothing. We sat beside him and made him a very serious promise. Nobody is coming for you, Max. So we are staying for you. From this moment forward, voiceover. 10 seconds. His paw was badly hurt. Every single step must have burned. But he never whimpered, never stopped, never asked for help. He had learned that asking for help never worked before. Just kept going quietly and bravely. We changed that for him. It was just a simple, ordinary blanket. Nothing special at all. But when it wrapped around his small, cold, shivering body, Max let out the longest, deepest sigh you have ever heard. His whole body just melted. To him, it was the whole world. For 8 full days, he watched from the corner completely alone. Other dogs playing and laughing and running all around him. He had never been taught how to play, never been allowed. Day 9, he took one running step. He never stopped again. The collar had been cutting into his skin for months and months. Nobody had noticed. Nobody had cared enough to even look. When she finally removed it, Max looked up at her completely. Like she had given him the entire world. Maybe she had. A tiny 4-year-old girl walked up to him so carefully, holding out her own biscuit in both her little hands for him. Max looked at her face first, then the biscuit, then her face, and he took it so gently, like she was the most precious thing. A Christmas tree, a wrapped box with his name written on it. Max had never had a Christmas, never had a single gift before. He sniffed that box for a full minute before touching it at all. His first Christmas. His name on a gift. He had no idea. Head to every single paw completely covered in brown mud. His tail going absolutely crazy. Eyes wild and bright with joy. This laughing, muddy, ridiculous, wonderful creature is Max now. This messy, beautiful moment. This is what love-winning looks like. Day 47 of his rescue, we were outside in sunshine. His mouth opened wide. His tongue came all the way out. His eyes went bright and completely alive for the first time. He smiled, his first real smile. We took the photo, then cried. He stood frozen at the bottom of those stairs every single day. She sat patiently at the very top, calling him softly for 7 days. Never once forcing him, never pushing, just waiting with love. On day 8, Max rolling over means total and absolute complete trust. It means I'm completely safe. I believe in you fully. For 3 full weeks, Max never once rolled over for anyone. He watched every single careful, gentle movement she made. He didn't pull away, didn't fight, didn't flinch even once. Just watched with those enormous, calm and trusting eyes. One by one, every single dog around him was chosen and taken. The kennel on the left empty. The one on the right empty, every single kennel, until only Max remained sitting alone. It was pouring rain, absolutely pouring down hard everywhere. She ran through every single drop without slowing down once. Max tucked under her coat close against her warm heartbeat. He cannot speak a single word, cannot write or call or tell us, but look at that eye. Really truly look at it carefully. Every scar, every night alone, every small morning of hope, every single thing he has ever. Left side is day 1, ribs showing, eyes dull, head down. Right side is day 90, full coat, bright eyes, standing tall. The exact same dog in both of those pictures. Same Max. His very first walk home with his new forever person beside him. Every few steps he would completely stop and look all the way up. Just checking. His paws are running even while he sleeps so deeply. Little happy sounds escaping from his dreaming mouth softly. Look at the center of that picture right there carefully. That golden boy completely surrounded by love from every direction. 6 months ago, he had absolutely nobody in this world. Don't scroll past this. Please don't look away right now. He is not looking at me. He's looking directly at you. Right now. Exactly 1 year ago today, Max was alone in the pouring rain. Shivering, starving, invisible to every single person passing. Today I want you to watch him run with everything he has.